Hey you guys, it is Nurse Abalori coming to you today with a really quick video, just trying to come in and give you guys some inspiration and talk about some things that I learned and kind of discovered in church today with the word. So again, welcome to my channel. Abalori from 1720 Faith, Matthew 17:20 specifically, where we talk about the faith of a mustard seed to help us get through anything in life. And it is an ode to my mom, who used to always tell me, as long as you have faith of a mustard seed, any and everything is possible. And so today I wanted to come in with a quick word, a few moments, and just kind of reconnect with you all as it relates to journeying through life. And so today, of course, is Resurrection Sunday / Easter Sunday, but for a lot of us, we just say Resurrection Sunday because we know that it is when Jesus Christ rose. And today in church, we went through 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. And to pretty much sum it all up, Paul talked about once you become a disciple of Jesus, you become a follower of Jesus, all your old life is passed away, and it is through grace and mercy that you can now reconcile and become the person that he has always wanted you to become. It is where you can reconcile your life. You can gain deeper understanding into how to be a follower of Jesus Christ by studying his word, living his word, and just learning all you can about Jesus Christ. And so I got to thinking today that through the many challenges in life, we are tested. We have to cope with the stressors of life. Meaning, a lot of times, a lot of people cannot handle the stress that sometimes is placed upon them. Sometimes we go through things in life that is designed to take us out. The enemy wants to take us out. And it is in this aspect of life that some of us tend to give up. We turn to different devices such as smoking, drinking, abusing our bodies. And Jesus does not want us to live that way. And unfortunately, a lot of us succumb to stress, we succumb to depression, and we wind up doing the things in life that we know are not in alignment of God. We also choose a path that may not be in alignment to God if you are a person and you aren't suffering from addiction, meaning you do other things. You just don't live a life that is catered to or dedicated to Jesus Christ. And so with that being said, one of the things I wanted to talk about is how life is designed to be lived. However, the enemy tries to take us out. Yes, God allows things to happen in our life for us to grow deeper in his word, stronger in faith, and to know that he is there through all things. But however, the enemy comes to destroy, he comes to kill, he comes to help to make us succumb to the things in life that we really, if we really put forth the effort, study our word, we can overcome. For instance, if you are dealing with, let's just say, a separation, a death, financial difficulties, those pressures can allow you to succumb to life if you aren't deep in your word, if you aren't deep in your faith. Prime example, I am a person who lost their parent, a mother who was really close to me. We were really close. We were best friends. We did pretty much everything together. And her death was untimely and it devastated me. It rocked me to my core. But however, the devil thought that he was going to take me out because in the midst of me going through my mom's death, planning her funeral, and all these things, I also went through a separation, a divorce, if you will, and all of this was happening around the same time as I was trying to grieve the process of losing my mother. And so the enemy decided, not only am I going to take your best friend, but I'm also going to separate you from your mate, from your spouse, so thereby creating a financial hardship for you. You are now going to be charged with not only taking care of an entire house, but you're going to be in charge of taking care of 2 children as well, 2 kids as well. And so I am going to put on you so much grievance that your only choice is to succumb to life. Your only choice is to give out, become depressed, forget about being a parent, forget about being a nurse, forget about having a career, forget about serving the Lord, because everything that I'm throwing at you is going to be designed to break you. The enemy thought that he had me. The enemy thought that I was going to give up. The enemy thought that I was going to be taken out of this world. And to be honest with you, I wasn't in that space that I wanted to give up on life or anything like that. But I did have to question God about why these things were happening. What is the reason for all of these things? What do I need to learn that I haven't learned in the past? What is it that I need to do to get over this tumultuous time in my life? And simply put, I did the opposite of what the enemy thought that I was going to do. I started meditating more, getting deep into my word, journaling, lots of prayer, eating healthy, exercising, getting up each and every day, going to work, dedicated to being a great nurse, an advocate for my patients, a mentor for up and coming new nurses. I started realizing that I still can't give up. I have to stay in the fight. I have 2 people that depend on me to still make it through this life. I still have to be a mom. I still have to be a big sister. I still have to take care of kids who depend on me. And so God gave me the vision to don't focus on what's going on in your life. Focus on the fact that I've given you a career. You can rebirth yourself. You can go through this. You will come out masterful in the end. And that is what I focused on. And so in today's sermon, when I went to church, the pastor talked about the old things in life, the old things that we used to do, the places we used to go, the people we used to meet up, how when you decide to walk with Jesus, you get rid of the old, you move into the new, you go through a metamorphosis inside, just like a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. You go through a metamorphosis, and once you come out that metamorphosis, it is through his grace and mercy that you can reconcile your life and become the individual that he has set out for you. And so the enemy does not want us to do that. The enemy wants us to succumb to stress. He wants to take us out. He wants to make sure that each and every day we decide to stay in bed. We decide not to take care of our families, not to take care of ourselves, to drink, to smoke, and to do all these devices that we know is against the will of God for us. And so he basically said that once you reconcile, once you decide you're going to walk with Jesus, you're going to live a life totally different from the way that you used to be. Once you decide that no matter what has going on in your life, that you want to walk with God, internally you go through a metamorphosis that eventually not only will it will be on the inside, but it will also show on the outside. Your walk, your talk, your language, who you hang around, your goals, how you change your life is going to be shown to the world. It is going to be shown to the people who you used to be with, the places that you used to go. It is going to be shown to the people that you're going to become, that's going to come into your life. It is going to be shown to the world to see. Just like when a caterpillar goes through a metamorphosis, it goes into its cocoon. We don't physically see all of the changes that this caterpillar goes through, but once they come out of their cocoon, they are a beautiful butterfly. And what I got from that is, despite everything that has gone on in my life, despite everything that's going on in your life, the trials, the tribulations, the setback, the stressors, the financial hardships, the divorce, the depression, the battling work, the battling anything that is designed to take you out. Once you decide you're going to retreat, you're going to step inside yourself. You're going to start going into prayer. You're going to start going into medication. You're going to start devoting yourself to the will of Jesus. You begin a metamorphosis on the inside. And over time, that metamorphosis is going to glow. It is going to show on the outside. People will no longer have to question who you are, what you're doing, where you've been, what you're going through, because they're going to see. They're going to see by the changes that is in you. They're going to see that the changes that is in you that is now reflecting on the outside of you, and it is going to be a beautiful thing. And so I want to encourage you today that if you are going through a challenge in life, if you're going through a portion in life where you don't think that you're going to get out of this, I encourage you to pray. I encourage you to get into your word. I encourage you to meditate. I encourage you to speak the will of God over your life. And sometimes we have to just sit back, let things play out the way it needs to play out. We don't have to do the work. The only work we have to do is we have to pray. We have to pray, and we have to give it to God. And we have to change our mindset. We have to realize that everything that is going on within us, everything that's going on in this world, is not meant for us to handle alone. It is not meant for us to handle the pressures of this world alone. This world was built for us to walk with Jesus. This world was built for us to sit, take stock, and just know that we can overcome this. We can get through this. It is by His will, His stripes, that we are healed internally. It is by His stripes that we can get through any and every challenge that we're facing in life. So today, I just want to encourage you to give your troubles to God. No, they're not going to go away magically, but however, we know that God can do the supernatural, which means while we think that things are never going to go away, we may wake up one day and the one thing that we've been hoping for, praying for, it mysteriously happens. It will mysteriously happen. And again, God He grants us blessings that are incomprehensible. And so again, I encourage you today, if you're going through a challenging time, sit back, pray, meditate, go through a metamorphosis in the inside. Decide that you're going to start today. Decide that you're going to start to live your life the way that God has intended for you to live your life. So in closing, I just want to leave you with a couple things that you can do to help with the stressors and cope with your life. First and foremost, know that you cannot change everything and anything just simply by stressing. Second thing is, life is going to continue to life. You have to let it play itself out. Thirdly, it doesn't do us any good to pray to God, take back those prayers, and continuously worry. Fourth, yes, it is okay to continuously pray for the same thing. The word says pray without ceasing. The word says pray all day, all night, continuously without ceasing. And 5, just know that once you come out of this thing that you're in, it is now on you to start serving God. It is now on you to start saying, God, you brought me through this thing. I thank you. And the best way that I can thank you is by living in your shadows. It's giving, supporting others, and bringing them to Jesus Christ as you brought me to you. So with that being said, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this out to anybody who you know is going through a difficult time in this season. And I'll see you guys in the next video.